Hello, everybody. I'm Alec Burnett, President and CEO of the Fauquier Chamber of Commerce. And today I'm with Dave Letson, who is with JE Lawrence. JE Lawrence is here to help small business owners find out if, in fact, their businesses are due some of the rather large sum that was part of a class action lawsuit against Visa and MasterCard. So the businesses that worked with them since 2004, there could be some potential remuneration back to those businesses as a result of this litigation. But I'm going to let Dave go ahead and explain a little bit more. Maybe we start out with what JE Lawrence is and what do they do?
Sure. We help businesses file claims and class action settlements. And like Alex said, this class action settlement is against Visa and MasterCard. It's the largest one in U.S. history. It's $5.6 billion. So there's lots of money out there. If you accepted Visa and MasterCard from 2004 to 2019, you are owed money. So it's hard to imagine many businesses that didn't accept that, Visa and MasterCard. So worth looking into if you haven't done so already. What I would say is businesses should have gotten a claim form in the mail sometime in December. And a lot of times people think it's a scam or spam and they throw it out. Even with those, I've helped out numerous businesses who did have that claim form. They just kind of trust what we do, and we can maximize the return that businesses get.
Yeah, because obviously JE Lawrence isn't just doing the Visa MasterCard settlement. There's other
settlements that we've worked on. Yeah.
And so I think I heard you say earlier at one point, 18 million businesses, since that time period, 2004, 2019. So we understand kind of who is owed money, or certainly potentially. How does one determine whether they're part of that or not? Is it just simply a matter of reaching out to you?
Sure.
Assuming they don't have their form anymore.
Yeah, and actually on our website, there's a website where businesses can actually do it on their own, and I'll give stories about that. There's two in particular that have tried to do it on their own. It's time consuming, and when you need to run a business, you don't want to take time away from that business to do this. So that's why we're here.
Especially you might not know what the amount is.
Right? Exactly. So what I would say is if we go back to 2004, when the same thing happened, businesses recovered 1.1% of their total volume. So if they did a million of business, they recovered about $10,000. So thinking about a lot of the local businesses, and this includes nonprofits too, if they accept Visa and MasterCard, why would you not want to put $10,000 or even way more potentially in your pocket for something that takes less than 5 minutes to do?
Yeah, no, I know, absolutely. Every little bit helps, and never step over dimes chasing dollars. And so, what is what's the total number? I guess so. You have 18 million businesses. We have roughly a 15-year period. I can only imagine it's probably in the billions.
Yeah. So from what I understand, they pocketed over about $200 billion on this, and they settled for 5.6. So the settlement ended up being 6.2. But yeah, businesses are owed 5.6 billion, or at least that's in the pot there. So all of that has to be depleted. So whatever it is, the total amount that you're going to recover, it's not that you were owed that. But the businesses who don't file a claim, all their money is going to go to the businesses who did. So less than 500,000 have filed out of that 18 million. If that stays, the 17.5 million who didn't file their claim, all that's going to go to those who did.
Wow. Now, speaking of those who did, you were talking earlier, I know that you did a presentation here to some of the members a few months back. It was very well received. I know that I understand there were some businesses that had reached out to you as part of that presentation. Sure, you got some success stories, or what kind of impact have we seen here locally in the Fauquier area?
Sure. I've probably helped well over 100 businesses locally, not only in Fauquier County, but Prince William County as well.
Right.
And the word has spread like wildfire, which is good. It proves that this process works. And I like to show people that process too, because it does sound a little weird, right? There's money out there. I can get it for you. Right. And it doesn't cost a dime. How's that possible? Word has spread, and I've helped businesses now, I think, in 8 different states. I think I was telling you earlier, I'm helping a Subway owner in Minnesota, a dentist owner in Minnesota, just helped a gym owner in Florida. So lots of people are owed money.
Yeah, and I imagine too, if I go through the process and I see that return, obviously, I'm going to tell others, other businesses, and so that's always a nice thing. So you mentioned people can do it on their own, although not necessarily advised because of the time and talent and resources that are required for an unknown return. But then there's the form of working with you guys through 5 minutes. So what is a small business owner? What's the recommendation? What's the next step?
Sure. So really in that 5-minute process, it's company legal name, company DBA name, and tax ID. And so what the claim administrator did, or the government agency that's kind of overseeing this entire process, they attributed the business you did to your tax ID. So that's the big one. Okay. And then there's been lots of fraud with this settlement because it is the largest class action settlement in U.S. history. So it's kind of changed. It's kind of evolved in the last year or so. And within the last, I think, 2 months, now 1099-K is required, some type of tax documentation that has the owner's name, their tax ID, as well as some financials on there. So yeah, 1099-K, 1040-C would be one, or end of the year summary statements.
So we're not talking about, anything that anybody have to take a real deep dive.
No. And, I tell the business owner, let me see if I can work with your accountant, your CPA, sure, your office manager, because I want you in the business as much as possible. And instead of taking your time with this, I'll gladly sit down with you and sure, talk to you about it. Sure. But I know what's most important is your business. Sure. So I want you to run that. And if I could help, by working with someone else, I'd gladly do that.
Great. Yeah. Great. And so the what's required from the business then is really just asking the question. Really. I mean, there's no contracts, there's no signings, there's no nothing. At least as part of due diligence. Yeah. So questions are generally free, and it's the answers that can either be expensive or can be profitable. So it's something I would strongly encourage you to at least reach out and touch base with Dave. So we have a number of members here at the Chamber of Commerce that have engaged with Dave and have hopefully we'll see some funding. We won't know that until February, but I've been very pleased with the professionalism as well as the limited amount of time it takes for the business owners to at least explore to see if there is a way. So they get in touch with you, jecrest.com.
JELCRS.com. That's the company website. My email's dletsen, so DLETSEN @JELCRS.com, and could always reach out via cell phone. It's 540-905-9930. Would love to chat and help.
Fantastic. Well, Dave, thank you so much.
Thanks
Appreciate
so much.
that. I highly recommend that you reach out to Dave, and like I said, at least ask a question. That's usually where good things start. And if you have any questions further, you can obviously reach out to Dave. You can simply call us here at the Chamber of Commerce. We'd be happy to help. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.